Nearly 60 years of luxury and performance, the drive to bring the whole family. Today, Furman Jeep of Wesley Chapel has given us the 2022 Grand Wagoneer Series 3 in your bright white. The Grand Wagoneer represents the most luxury for the Jeep line. It's also the longest, longer than the Jeep Grand Cherokee L by over 10 inches. Inside, you have up to 75 inches of screens, room for 8, going after rivals like your Lincoln Navigator, your Cadillac Escalade, your BMW X7, your Mercedes-Benz GLS 450 or 580. That's the class that we're in, and you're getting more performance than the Cadillac, more luxury than most of the competition. I'm Anthony from Hawkeye Rides, and I'm going to go over all the specs and details starting now. The all-new Grand Wagoneer Series 3 adds more chrome to the front fascia, the best ground clearance out of all of the competition at 8 inches, and you can ford through water with the most in this at 24 inches. It's going to be the widest with the performance LED headlamps in the front that integrate into your iconic 7-slot grille, Wagoneer badging in the front, working down the lower with your tri-fog lamp assembly, the chrome housing underneath the gloss black, and going even lower with more of that gloss black that just tapers down all through the bottom of the vehicle, wrapping around the rear, that has the best in-class towing, and for any SUV, 10,000 pounds. The dual exhaust outlets are going to be hidden underneath, and you got a chrome strip that's going to be over the top. Grand Wagoneer is going to be coming out of the paintwork, which makes it even look more luxurious and more dominant when you're comparing it to the BMW or the Mercedes. And what I also like is the 4-corner air suspension adjusts the ride height by another 3.6 inches of ground clearance, so you're not going to have any issues with that. The front camera does not read the roads like some of the competition to take out the impurities in the ride. Unfortunately, that is something probably that will be coming into the future. This is the longest in class at over 217 inches, and it is loads of real estate inside. It makes it nearly like a house with a wheelbase at 123 inches. Grand Wagoneer badging with the American flag, 22-inch machine aluminum wheels with black nose pocket. Disc behind it at 14.9 in the front, 14.8 in the rear. 4-wheel independent suspension, short and long arm front with a multi-link rear. Both the front and the rear will have your coil springs and your stabilizer bar. Electronic rear limited slip differential. The curb weight is over 3 tons, which is the heaviest in class, and you're going to need the raw power that's underneath this bad boy with that Hemi engine. For 2023, they will be replacing it with the twin turbo 6-cylinder. So whenever that comes out, I'm going to be kind of interested to see, because it does have a lot more power than this one, and sometimes those twin turbos really do give it a little bit more of a kick, especially off the line. With the Grand Wagoneer, you're going to get the gloss black over the whole top. The roof rails will get the silver and around all of your window seals. Power running boards, and you would need this because the ground clearance is insane. The ride, which you're about to see here in a bit, is even more luxurious because you sit up so high with that air suspension. Not only the best in class for your towing, but going inside your cargo also is going to be the best in class, starting at 27.4 cubic feet. There is storage underneath the floor. You have a 12-volt charger, power fold the third row bench at a 40-60 split, increasing the cargo to 70.8 cubic feet. Do the same thing for the third row, and that's going to max the cargo at a 40-20-40 split to 116.7 cubic feet. Park view rear backup camera, trailer hitch view with lineup assist, integrated trailer brake control, Hemi powered iconic badging. Let's go inside and start it up so you can hear that exhaust note. The soundtrack that you get out of the new Grand Wagoneer is insane, and they back the performance with a 6.4 liter V8 producing 471 horsepower and 455 pound-feet of torque. That's paired to an 8-speed automatic transmission with Quadro Drive 2, which is automatic 4-wheel drive, achieving 13 to 18 mpgs with a 0 to 60 at 5.4 seconds, which is quicker than the Cadillac, then the Mercedes, then the BMW. The quarter mile at 13.9 seconds, which is faster than everybody as well, and it ties with the Lincoln Navigator, stopping 70 to 0, 195 feet. But this is over 3 tons, so the Mercedes-Benz will be the best for that. But you're getting the towing, you're getting the ground clearance, you can ford through water, you have so much more capabilities and a rugged styling with the Grand Wagoneer. Series 3, you're getting all the bells and whistles which you're about to see in the interior. Let me know what you think about the 2022 Grand Wagoneer Series 3 as we go into the interior, go over the tech, and take this for our test run. Entering inside the Grand Wagoneer Series 3, you're going to receive 41.3 inches of headroom, 40.9 inches of legroom, 22-way power seat adjustments with this black, quilted inserts, soft materials on the side with the bronze stitch work with silver piping, 5 adjustable massage seat settings, vented and heated front seats. So I do like that, and we have a touch screen that derives everything for that, for your climate control, for your seat settings, your massage, even the rear. So when you click into your seat settings, you'll see the 22-way power adjustments, which is more than the Benz, more than the Beamer. The best will be the Lincoln Navigator with 30-way power seat adjustments, but it beats everybody else in class. The massage, you have more functionalities than you do in the competition. Going up the tier, you're going to have some button functionalities for your climate control, so you don't have to do everything as touch. We do have an upgraded 12-inch screen, which is large and in charge. It's not going to be as big as some of the rivals, but you can get up to 75 inches of screens in this vehicle, which is crazy. We have the pinch, we have the swipe, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Sirius XM. Click into your home button. These are your quick wedges that you can just do on the fly. You can do for your suspension, your pinch and roll. Click into your media, Sirius XM, FM, HD radio. Your comfort, you can also do your climate control and everything through here. Click into your phone for your streaming Bluetooth audio, your vehicle settings, which you do have the fam cam, which you don't get this in any of the rivals. And when you click onto it, you just double click, you can zoom into it as well. So if somebody's stealing your 16.9 ounce water bottle, you'll know who's doing it. Click out of that, click into your apps so you can see all the applications we have. Wi-Fi hotspot, Amazon Alexa. Click into the surround camera, and this is your 360 degree with full trajectory for front and rear, and you have different camera positions so that way you can see, zoom into the tow line. Makes it super easy. 10,000 pounds of towing. This is better than trucks. Click into your relax. I like this feature because you can alter all of your screens to this. And what I typically do is leave it on the fireplace because I think that's the most settling, especially if you're going on a long journey, you want people to relax. Put some nice music because we have 23 speakers through Macintosh and they'll just relax. You can do a forest and so forth and so on. You can exit out of that pretty simple. Go to your off-roading page, and here you'll have your vehicle dynamics. You'll have your gauges, your pinch and roll, your select train, and you can alter your suspension to raise it or lower it. The gauge cluster will also have the same functionality for that off-roading page. You also have night vision, which is one of my favorite features. Click down and you got your gauges, your navigation on the gauge cluster, your off-roading page, your sound system. Complementing that with a 2-spoke Grand Wagoneer steering wheel, soft leather, heated, multi-function. You change the gears on there underneath the wood trim. The stocks are going to be large. I do wish they added some gloss black to that because they did a great job with all the gloss black and the wood inlays, the way the push button start comes out with the leather that wraps around it, and you get that bronze stitch. They really paid attention to detail, cleaning and refining, even on the dash. It's not over the top, it's simple. You can see the Macintosh speakers. The A-pillars are pushed back, leather on the grab handles, silver on all the air vents, and everything is just tailored well. Gloss black is going to be surrounding your driver select. Rotary gear knob, and you can raise and lower your suspension on the fly. Cup holders, a 16.9 ounce fits without any issues. I would say a 20 ounce. Areas to put a larger cell phone and your key fob. Open up in the center here to a USB-C and a USB-A. Soft where you rest your elbows. Open up inside to your refrigerated console, which is Land Rover status. And when you're getting this vehicle at this price, if you're comparing it to a Land Rover, Range Rover, this is going to kill it in the sense of savings and what you get. The rear view mirror has a digital camera, so that makes it a lot easier because this is the longest vehicle comparing it to the rivals. Door panel, I like how they put the air vent seamless on the top, wrapped with the soft material and the wood trim. All your seat settings are right there with your memory seat settings for both the passenger and driver. One touch up and down for all your windows, dual pane windows, soft where you rest your elbows, and that Macintosh sound system comes into the door panel. And I do like how it flares across the whole door panel with a large storage pocket. And this is one of the best in class with storage in the front as well when we're comparing it to the rivals. For the passenger side, you also receive a 10.1 display, which you can do your own setups through there. Your Uconnect 5 software interface. And the best part about the Grand Wagoneer is this is the first vehicle that implements Amazon Fire TV and the functionality that you have in every single row. 2 large moonroofs. So you have a pano that goes to the second row and their own sunroof for the third row. Let's see how I look in the second row. For the second row, I'm at 40 inches of headroom, 42.7 inches of legroom. We have our dual climate control screen in the back, ventilated seats, the air vents in the center with the gloss black, a lot more ports than the competition, 2 USB-A ports, 2 USB-C ports, a 12 volt and a home plug, storage behind both of the front seats, and I like the silver that encases the back of the front seats. Air vents on the side, manual sunshades. Here I wish it was power adjustment because of the price point. The leather comes on the grab handle and on the door panel, soft materials with the wood inlays, and I like the pattern for the Macintosh speakers and how it illuminates when the doors close. The storage pocket's large, it's just where it's located, it's a little bit harder to access when you're back here because it is wide and the seats actually project to the door panel. Elbows are going to be nice and soft, cup holders in the center. I would say a 20 ounce, and you got an area for a large storage for a large cell phone too. The nice thing, 4-way adjustment, so you can move it forward and you can move it backwards. You can also tilt this all the way back, and you can make it where I can fit in the back, which we'll probably do about here. One other thing is it would be nice that this was power adjustments. Sitting into the center, headroom is not really an issue. Legroom, not either. I am sharing some feet, butt, shoulder space. The floor isn't flat. However, I could move my feet in the center, so I'm not sharing a significant amount of space. 6'3", because it's a wide vehicle and it's the largest vehicle in class, you can fit 3 adults in this class without any issues. Let's see how we look in the third row. For the third row, headroom at 39 inches, legroom 36.6 inches. I have absolutely no problems with the seat being in the center, with it adjusted all the way back. As long as it's not reclining all the way back, I can fit without any issues. The power seat adjustments come into the rear, 2-way, which you can recline these back, and that's the furthest it goes, and you can recline it forward, which you can go pretty forward, as you can tell. I wish this was in the second row because they adapt this in the third row. The air vents are going to be on the side. Both side pillars have a USB-A and USB-C port, cup holders that can fit at least a 20 ounce, and you have it for a larger cell phone, and it's nice and soft. Large windows back here. I like the LED lighting for the cabin and the headliner, and the fact that we have our own sunroof back here. So it really makes this as if this is the coach and first class is the second row and the driver is like you're at home. The third row is pretty much the same as the second row. The comfort is great. You do sit up the highest. So each row you're going to sit up a little bit higher than the front row, and this one being the highest up. However, you still have a significant amount of space for 3 adults. My dimensions to fit back here just with this moonroof open. Don't feel any air because the air vents are on the side. And getting out, just push the button, and it is a very wide exit to make it easy to get into the driver's seat. Taking the 2022 Grand Wagoneer Series 3 out for our test run. 471 horsepower, 455 pound-feet of torque, ZF 8-speed automatic transmission. The 0 to 60 numbers are crazy. In the low 5 seconds, they beat every single car in its competition with the price point the way we're at, spec'd out, except for the Lincoln Navigator. The quarter mile, it ties with it and it beats everybody else. So comparing it to Mercedes, BMW, Cadillac, this is where it's at. Towing is the best in class, ground clearance, best in class, fording through water, best in class. I can go on forever. It is insane what they did with this particular vehicle, and they're trying to make it more luxurious than the Jeep line, and I think they really did a great job. Just they're missing the 4-year 50,000 mile warranty. But for the engine, 6.4 liter V8, it's definitely a delight to have this type of engine underneath here. On the downside, it is the worst for gas consumption against the rival. 13 miles to the gallon, 18 miles to the gallon. It's not going to be something very pleasant when you're pumping, but this is like a land yacht. Instead of buying a camper, buy something like this and just go camping. We're going to set it as straight as we can, and we're going to show you what this thing has. Here we go. It has such a pleasant exhaust note, so sporty. And I'm not trying to sound like I'm in love with it, I'm gonna buy the vehicle. There's obviously 3 things I like and 3 things that I dislike. Is anything more than that, I'd be buying this vehicle. The 3 things that I like has to start off with the fact that you have over 5 different adjustments, and in each adjustment you have 3 different adjustments for your massage seats. Ventilated, heated, 22-way power adjustments. You're getting more adjustments than Mercedes, than BMW. That is crazy. Yes, Lincoln goes a little bit above and beyond with their power adjustments. However, this is the first year that it came out. The second thing that I like about it is the interior. You can have up to 75 inches of screens. Crazy. Look at the brakes. For a vehicle that weighs over 3 tons, it is pretty good. Turn radius at more or less a stop point is going to get about 2.25 lane. Look at this. Keeping up with traffic, you're gonna do it. The last thing that I like about it is the fact that we have the night vision. I'm using it right now. It is such a sophisticated system, and the fact that you're getting it in the Grand Wagoneer, it just shows that they go a step above and beyond. Obviously, I like the towing, and I like the ground clearance and how you can adjust the suspension to get even more ground clearance. There's a lot of likes to this vehicle. 3 things that I dislike about it. The back, I think they could have styled it a little bit more sporty. I get it, they're trying to keep that iconic styling of the Grand Wagoneer. It just looks a little too settled for a luxury line. The second thing that I dislike about the vehicles in the second row, we don't have power seat adjustments, we don't have power sunshades. Come on, you get power adjustments in the 3rd row. And you don't even get sunshades in the 3rd row. I mean, those windows are enormous. The last thing that I dislike about the vehicle has to go to the MPGs. I get it, it's a 6.4 liter V8, and you have the performance to back it, yes. But when you're getting this type of vehicle, because again, it's a land yacht, you need to have a decent amount of gas consumption because you're going to be driving it on a daily use, plus on trips. Trips, it's not necessarily so bad, you're almost at 20 miles per gallon. But when you're in the city, it's a little bit of an alcoholic. Driving on a daily basis, the pedal is going to feel a little bit heavy, and you're going to be hitting more at a 3 to 3.5 RPM to get the thing really moving to where it needs to be. Road noise, I mean, you hear it. It's pretty quiet. Visibility, you can see everything. The blind spot monitoring, that is something you're going to be using because this is the longest vehicle in class, and they even are going to make a longer vehicle for next year. Plus, they're dropping the engine and adding the twin turbo 6-cylinder, which is going to have more power. So I feel like that one will feel a little bit less heavy on the pedal, which we'll do a review as soon as it comes out. But as for the way everything sits, I am very pleased with the way Grand Wagoneer did it. The 2-spoke steering wheel definitely sets a different image where everyone's doing a 3 or a 4-spoke. Grand Wagoneer just stepped up the game. They added more screens, they added more technology, plus you have all the safety to back it. It's insane what I can do with the Grand Wagoneer. We're going to stop in the middle of the road and give her a little go. It is lovely that you have that raw power underneath the hood, and the fact that you could fit 8 people, my dimensions, comfortably. Charging ports is insane. You have more than any of the rivals. They really go above and beyond with the technology in this particular vehicle, which unfortunately what's going to happen in the next coming years, all the vehicles are going to mimic it. But this has already captured the moment, and you're not paying for subscription fees like you will in BMW, Mercedes. You actually get what you pay for in this Grand Wagoneer. I'd like to thank Furman Jeep for giving us this 2022 Grand Wagoneer Series 3 for our car review. If you're already a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Hawkeye community. If not, click the next video, the subscribe button. Check out the details, merchandise, website, and everything we do here at Hawkeye Rides. The way the vehicle projects itself on the drive, it handles very well. Dynamics is pretty good. It's not going to be as airtight as an X7. That's going to be the best weight distribution. It doesn't feel as wide nor as long, so because of the power you have underneath the hood, you actually feel the dimensions are not that much. Until you look over, then you see how wide the car really is.